Hi everyone, Old Guy here, and before we get started, I have a disclaimer to make. The author of this book, Megan Alnico, and I both belong to the same publishing house, Indies United Publishing. So take that into consideration for everything that follows. Now, there were 2 points reading this novel where I almost tossed it across the room. Almost. The first came rather early when I ran across 2 sentences very close together, both of which were missing important words. Now, I'm old, as you can tell, and poorly copyrighted professional novels are to me a sin of such egregious magnitude as to require a public horsewhipping. But I recognize that times have changed, and with electronic versions, the transfer of novels can play havoc with the files themselves, and things get altered without the author knowing. It's happened to me, so I give big benefit of doubts here. Also, editing is not what it used to be because this generation is a bunch of long-haired hippie freaks. Dagnabbit, get off my lawn. The second point of almost novel tossing is the author's concealing of a character's very important capability. One of almost Avenger level power that completely alters the entire impact of the character and the events of the book. I mean, the guy's a superhero, but you don't know that until you're well along, and the moment you know it, you go, WTH? Or pick your own acronym. This guy is unstoppable. So why then didn't I toss it across the room? Because I was enjoying the heck out of this novel. Jacob Zachary is a conscript special agent in the Union Space Force, which means he either goes on missions for them or goes to jail, which isn't exactly the most positive means of motivating troops, but, well, how else are you going to get soldiers to work for what is essentially the evil Federation in that old Star Trek episode, Mirror, Mirror? He is sent to a derelict human planet destroyed 50 years earlier by an alien race called the Verd to locate a lost artifact important to another alien race called the Parasations, who are so powerful that I don't know why they don't take an afternoon and dismantle the Union. Actually, there's a reason why they don't, so hold your questions until the end. Jacob actually finds the artifact, or at least we think he does, but he is abandoned on the derelict planet because the Parasations show up and rip his mission ship apart. On the verge of starvation, Jacob runs across an outlawed AI named Arya, who guides him to a pretty decent unused starship and will help him leave the planet in exchange for taking her with him, which he does. Then things get fun. Jacob acquires 2 more crew members when he stops at various planets and refueling stations. One of these members, a local jeweler's apprentice who can't wait to get off this 2-horse planet, and the other, a member of his destroyed mission ship's crew named Finn, who survived the Parasation attack by floating around in a meat locker until rescued. Finn is the greatest engineer in the universe, which is dang lucky for Jacob and his old ship. Jacob finds out that he was to be eliminated once the mission was finished, so maybe it's a good thing it failed. Now, there are inconsistencies in this story. For instance, Jacob is worried that the Union will find out that he's back, but yet he uses his Union military ID to gain access to refueling stations. So Wouldn't that kind of tip them off? Supposedly, it takes a while for the information to reach a central location and trigger an alarm, but a little later on, you find out that's not the case. Just about every Union ship Jacob encounters knows who he is and either want to kill him or imprison him. But for all that, there's some rousing stuff in here, including space battles and space pirates and interplanetary warfare and seemingly unbeatable aliens who are actually kind of nice guys. At least one faction of them, that is. So take several grains of salt before engaging and you'll be okay. But be warned, this is a cliffhanger that ends quite abruptly. Another reason to toss it across the room, but by then it's too late. Old guy here. See you later.